What's up, everybody? Alright, today we're answering the question, what are my go-to bulking foods and how to bulk? My tips on bulking. Okay, so first and foremost, we gotta get this one point straight. Okay, for naturals, because I'm a natural, I only do natural. Okay, if you're like drugging, then you're following the wrong person. Okay, you can go do the other side of the things, but on this side we're all natural. Okay, so for naturals, the bottom line is that you don't need that many calories to bulk. In fact, new studies is showing that for even in trained individuals, they've discovered that you don't need that many calories. You can even bulk on maintenance calories. Okay, you can bulk on maintenance calories and bulk without gaining fat. Now, of course, you can just eat whatever you want and eat like thousands and thousands of calories if you want to, and you don't care about body fat. But I think for most of us, we care about our physique and we want to look good, and part of that is to maintain a low body fat while increasing muscle mass and strength. So if your goal is to look toned and to gain muscle mass, then yeah, like there is no point in dirty bulking or really bulking out in general, because bulking, the idea of bulking is that you gotta eat at a calorie surplus. And now recent studies have shown that you don't actually need even a calorie surplus to bulk. So what this research has done is that they've split into two groups. One group ate at maintenance calories, and the other group ate at I think like a 700-800 surplus. And what they found is that the group that ate 700-800 calorie surplus didn't gain more lean mass than the group that ate maintenance calories. But the group that ate at a surplus did gain weight, and almost all of that came from fat. And we're talking about trained individuals. Okay, we're talking about trained individuals. So even for trained individuals, you don't need that many calories. If you're a beginner, you can build muscle on like a calorie deficit. For beginners, you need even less energy to bulk. Okay, so this is actually a very mind-blowing new school of thought, because it sounds cool to bulk, like, yeah, it's bulking season, we're eating pizza and everything, and oh my god, like if you look at like on like your media, they're Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and like Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're eating and eating, and it sounds cool. It's like, yeah, I'm bulking, I'm huge. The fact of the matter is that for naturals, if you eat like that, you're just gonna gain fat, and you may look bigger in clothes, but it's not that impressive, because you think you're getting bigger, but it's fat. So the fact of the matter is that for naturals, we gain muscle very, very slowly, that you can't really stimulate more muscle growth by eating more. Like I've given in the previous video an analogy, and that's like an assembly line in a factory. It's dead set in stone that the factory has like only like 10 dudes working on the assembly line. Okay, you can't change that. That's just for naturals, is the fact of the matter. Just because you give the assembly line more work to do, it doesn't mean that your factory is going to get more work done, because the speed is capped at 10 people. If you know the analogy, if you know what I mean. It'll only clog up, and it's gonna get a bunch of work that's not done and pile up. So the analogy is that if you give your body more food than it needs, it's not gonna build more muscle. It's just gonna, store as fat. So there's no point in bulking. And I'm sure for most people, that's even more the case, because most people are not advanced lifters. So you can even bulk in calorie deficit, and even at maintenance. And in my opinion, the most amount of surplus you should give yourself for bulking to be effective in the way that if you're bulking and you're staying lean, is surplus. I think the most is 150 calories. I don't even recommend that. I just recommend like maintenance calories, to be honest. Okay. Train hard, train at a volume that your body can recover at an appropriate volume that that's the stimulus. That's important. But in terms of nutrition, can't really do much about it. Okay. If you're bulking and you're trying to gain size, keep pushing your strength, but also find out your training volume that's just enough that your body can still progress in strength, but not too much that you're burning out, that that your body can't recover. Okay, it's not more the better. It's the Goldilocks principle. You gotta have just enough training volume. So maximize your training volume, but not past the point where your body can't recover. So that's a tip on the training side. Now, for my go-to bulking food, to be honest, two things that matter the most. One is the calories, keep it at maintenance. Two is the protein. Get enough protein. My recommendation for bulking is about 0.9 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. So depending on your training volume and how advanced you are, if you're more advanced, you might need more protein. If you're less advanced, then you can go down to even 0.8 grams of protein per body weight in pounds. So that is for the nutrition side. Carbs and fats, balance it. I think I wouldn't put too much emphasis on tracking everything, because in my opinion, you need to live a life. Don't like track every single macro down to a T. Like that's just unnecessary. But don't go too extreme, like no carb or like all carb no fat, like somewhere in the middle, right? So essentially my go-to foods when you're bulking, because when you're eating at a maintenance calorie versus like calorie deficit, you are working with more calories than a deficit. So to me, it's like keep it somewhat lean, but just eat the foods you love. There's no magical food that will make you gain muscle. It's literally get enough calories, get enough protein. If that's fried chicken, freaking go for it. It doesn't fucking matter if you eat fried chicken or like chicken breast. It doesn't really matter. The only difference is that you can probably eat more chicken breast because of its low calories. But then you also need to enjoy your food. So eat the foods you enjoy. And another thing is health does matter. So I think when you're bulking or eating at a maintenance calories, you're working with more calories, so you have more calories to work with. It's a good chance to get your fruits in. So get fruits. In my opinion, some super food fruits are like blueberries, watermelon, kiwis, banana, stuff like that. So get some fruits in, get plenty of vegetable in. Okay, so that is my take on how to bulk. Okay, throw out the traditional kind of bullshit that you need a bulk and it's bulking season and you're just eating a bunch of food. Don't do that. That's just inefficient and just pointless. You're gaining fat, you're not gaining muscle. All right, So that's all. Take care, guys.